Hey guys, it's Nolan from the Outsiders Tour. I play Pony Boy, and I'm coming to you live from the beautiful city of Schenectady, New York. Never been here before, but it's pretty cool. We're playing at the Proctor's Theater right now, and so happy that Ruby gave me the opportunity to do a little takeover for the account. I am excited to answer any questions y'all have about tour, life on tour, college auditions, open calls. Just, ask me anything, and I'm super excited to answer. And I'll be with y'all for the rest of the day. 1000% I can help with this. I was also an MTCA kid. They really, really help out. I'd say I have 3 big tips. 1, get your essays done as soon as possible, summer before if possible. 2, get your songs and monologues memorized, like the back of your hand. Like, have those down pat for pre-screen season, and you won't have to worry about, scrambling to remember them throughout the audition process. And have some backups. Like, get more than you think you need. A classical monologue, just any stuff that you're passionate about. And 3 is make sure you still leave time for your senior year and your friends, because that is just what you're going to remember the most about that time is your senior year of high school. It's the best and make so many memories. I don't exactly have all the answers for this, but I can say that it's preferred that you're 18. I think they let you audition if you're under 18, but in order to be considered, you got to be 18. So yeah, you can totally audition and show up and sing something if you're 17, but I'm pretty sure they want you to be 18. Favorite things I do backstage between scenes. I really don't do much backstage between scenes, because I'd say I spend 95% of the show on stage. So I know that the rest of the cast have a bunch of funny bits and moments backstage during certain scenes, and inside jokes. But I really don't get to be a part of all that much, because really the only things I do when I'm off stage is quick changes and getting water and then heading back on. So this is a phenomenal question. Thank you for asking. It's changed me in a lot of ways, and I'm so thankful for all the things I've learned through the role. But the biggest thing is that this is my first professional gig and my first time doing a show for more than a single weekend. And so I've really learned that this job is a marathon and not a sprint. And 99% of our job on the road is consistency. And your goal is to get on stage every night, and sometimes it can be really tough, when you're in a city and your allergies are feeling terrible and you're under the weather, and still just steaming and getting ready throughout the day and getting on stage that night. It's just being consistent and pacing yourself through the weeks and through the months to just get through the job. Also a great question. I have a set of vocal warm-ups that my voice teacher, Joan, gave me. A lot of SOVT stuff. Sometimes I use singing straws, and I always steam and I always nebulize before every show. But I advise... I used to not know how to steam correctly, and I would steam right before I sang. But I've learned that steaming kind of throughout, in the morning when you wake up, and then maybe an hour or two before the show. Those are the best 2 times for me. and then nebulizing whenever you want. But if you steam too close to singing, then your vocal cords will still be, just fresh off of all that hot mist. So give it some time to settle back down. But yeah, just warm up your whole range and steam and nebulize and drink a ton of water. This changes every once in a while, but right now I'm probably going to say Far Away from Tulsa, because I love that song. It's been my favorite since even before I had this job. I love that song. It's so fun, just up on the playground apparatus with Benel, just belting our faces off. It's a blast every night. Hoods Turned Heroes, 100%. That whole dance sequence is so fun with the, jumping off the greaser car and just all of that. I know I'm in the fire bit at the beginning, but the whole dance sequence is just so cool. I love it. And I wish I got to dance a little more in the show. I have a little bit at the beginning of Grease Got a Hold, but more of a park and bark for this one. It's pretty random, actually. I don't really have a method of choosing who gets the book. I think I just, go to whoever I gravitate to at that moment. Maybe, if I see someone really paying attention to the story and smiling or being really in it, or sometimes people cry in the front row and I'll give them the book and it just makes it worse. But, I don't really have a method, so anyone can get the book. Happy birthday, and my eye is feeling a ton better. I got poked last night after the Rumble, and I was worried I was going to be out tonight, but it's feeling a ton better. It's still a little tender, but, it happens. We're doing a job where there's a lot of, stage combat and stuff like that, so, injuries are bound to happen sometimes, but, it's a ton better. It's a little pink still here down in the corner, but that ain't gonna stop me. So excited to do the show tonight. I'm not currently doing school. I took a gap year from Michigan, but it is possible to do school and tour. Our Marcia, Katie, just finished her bachelor's degree from Shenandoah, and she's a total trooper for getting that done, and I could never have done that, so huge props to her. And we have a couple members of our stage management crew who are pursuing their masters and doing this job at the same time, so it is possible. Hey Mom, I would say 11, maybe even 12. I miss my mom a ton, and I miss my dog, and that's honestly one of the toughest parts of tour is, missing family, and being on the road is, it can feel a little isolating at times, but it makes it all the sweeter when you get to go home and see your family and friends and your mom. So I miss you, and I can't wait to come home. Mwah. Well, canonically, Ponyboy is 5 burner phones, so I have one in my back pocket, the other back pocket, my front pocket, the zipper pocket. I keep one under my wig. They're all flip phones, by the way, so, they go off during the show, just periodically at random times. So sometimes when Johnny dies, I'll just have, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da going on, and sometimes I throw them across the stage, just for fun, It's totally serious, by the way. Absolutely. I used to have terrible stage fright. Actually, my first performance ever when I was in kindergarten, I was in a Christmas program where I had a speaking line, and I was too scared to say it, and I ran off stage crying. So that was my introduction to performing. But I got over it as I got older when I realized that, it's okay to mess up, and part of performance is just, being imperfect, because no one wants to see perfection on stage. That's not human. That's not, that's what keeps theater interesting, is wondering, what's going to go on. It's live theater. So I'd say thinking of yourself as the character instead of yourself on stage can kind of separate it from being people are going to think about me. So whenever I go on stage, I'm I'm just Ponyboy. So, yeah, that helps. Like being perceived as the character. I wish I had an answer to this, but I truly have no idea. But for the time being, I am your pony boy on tour, and it's a dream every night. So I know that people are having some questions because of those open call announcements that were made about Nashville and LA. That has nothing to do with us. We're still just doing our thing. But that's like a requirement. They hold open calls every year for future Broadway and tour replacements, just to make sure when people inevitably do move on to their next job, they have some people to step in their place. So yeah, we don't really know when or if people are leaving. So for the foreseeable future, we're here to stay. Hey, I'll just finished a show. Thank you so much for tuning in to the takeover. I can answer a few more questions once I get back to my hotel room. But first, one of my favorite parts of the night is saying hi to you guys. So, welcome to the stage door. I gotta say hi to the takeover.